So I'm about to begin, let me see if that blows up the image. So about to begin on my next project, and this particular project requires black thread. I've got the machine threaded up for white. So I'm going to be a lazy bones here, and I'm just going to change over to chain stitching because what I'm working on is absolutely fine with chain stitching. It's inside the item, so it doesn't require the strongest stitches on earth, so that'd be absolutely fine. I even have a black bobbin here, so I can just switch over and use the bobbin thread that I've previously wound and set this machine up for chain stitching, which is very easy to do. And oops, let me do a little snip on that. There, and then we'll go here, and then there, and we'll thread this. Perfect. Now I need to switch. Oop, I already did that. Silly me. So that's all ready to go. Now what I'm going to do is, because I'm sewing sticky stuff, I'm going to put on a roller foot. So we'll just, oops, did that really well, didn't I? Shut the door and get it out of the way anyway. So that's on there good and tight. Now let's get the parts that we need to sew. So here's the reason I needed. So this is blackout lining, and that's rubber, like that rubbery sticky stuff. So what you'll see is it doesn't move at all. So I've got a choice. I can either put it on the bobbin side, on the feed dog side, which, okay, maybe, but I think it would be better, in all reality, on the top side, where we've got the roller foot, just because I think it'll feed a little better and there's less sticky stuff. But if you use a standard foot, it's going to stick. So we're going to try this and see what happens. Okay, so you don't reverse with chain stitching. Let me zoom in and press pause for a moment. Okay, so off we go. Let's see how we get on with this. Okay, so it's definitely making the right clicky sound. Let's continue on. So we're still able to sew, no surprise, at high speed. Quality of the stitches looks pretty good. Let's see, it might loosen slightly. It seems to be. You hear the belt below on the. I'm trying to loosen this a bit. Stretching the top fabric a bit, which is seems to be slightly better. So now we're going to spin. So let me just check the stitches underneath. Those are good. Seems to have stopped the puckering, so I think we've got the foot pressure correct now. What I want to do is we need to leave an opening here, so we need to, when the stitches are up, need to pull a bit of extra thread here. The magic way, you always have to get perfect, a little snip and pull. and it's pulled through to the back side, so that stitch is now locked. I can snip it a bit, and then we'll go off to this side. We'll start again. Perfect. Spin, snip this, and off we go again. Do spin, so pull. Got the pin a little too close there before I pulled it out. So now we can do this direction. So given that this seems to be, okay, I'll just put the pin back. Okay, off we go. Interesting. Even with the roller foot, this fabric is a bit inclined to stretch. Fascinating. Maybe I need to reduce the foot pressure even more. That would be unusual, especially because I'm pulling the fabric back, but that's okay. It's the first version. It's not terrible. Oops. Almost made a mistake there. Almost made a mistake here by lifting the foot and thinking I could just pull the thing out, but obviously you can't with chain stitch. There we go. So perfect. Really good chain stitch. Okay. So I'm going to reduce the foot pressure a bit more and try the next one and see if that works a bit better. One thing is nice about chain stitching is you don't ever have to worry about the reverse stitch at the beginning. You just go. It's great for that. Okay, spin. This is just lovely. It's nice to have industrial speed again, or commercial speed. I mean, with full control as well, so I'm not sacrificing anything. You know, years ago I had my Comso industrial straight stitch, and I just, living in a very small house, it was too big. And then I ended up with a pile of other machines as well, to make up for all the other stitches that you need over time, like zigzag and whatnot. But now I've got all the machines, but I couldn't really afford it or fit a big ugly industrial sewing machine table into my apartment here. So this is working fantastically as a workaround. So I've got a proper sewing space, all of the stuff I need, and industrial speed. Though on a domestic machine, but this machine will cope fine. I will need to oil it today because I'm doing a lot of fast stitching. And of course I do have my 3 industrial machines. The Consew one, oops, we're almost out of thread. Okay, we ran out of thread, but that's okay. So when you run out of thread on a chain stitch machine, you have to make sure that you re-stitch, pull that back and it's locked, so it's locked. So I can just start from there when I get some black thread, which I'll do now. But I've got my industrials, but this one has all the fancy stitches, so zigzag and multi-point zigzag, so you know, and it's wide enough here under the harp. So most of the projects I don't need to supersize. And when I do, I just switch machines. It's very, very simple. Anyway, I enjoyed that. High-speed chain stitching, as well as using a roller foot on this machine. So it's definitely not shifting as much this time, so reducing that foot pressure made a big difference. Anyway, bye for now.